Hi felters and welcome. So this is literally a really quick video to go through how I work out proportions. I've just done it recently for a Highland cow course that I'm doing. Sorry about the cow with all the insides, but this just demonstrates it really quickly and really easily how I work out proportions and to make sure that the item that I'm creating is roughly the right sized head, the right sized legs and body. So I would go and find an image drawing of the animal that you want to needle felt, and I would print it out. If you can't print it out, we'll talk about that in a minute. Or if it's on the screen, you can literally measure off the screen. But I know I will be doing a cow, and if I want it to be this size in the printable, it would be, I would say 6 to make my life a little bit easier, but it's 6¼ inches in length. So I know that when I'm making the cow, that sort of top line bit, there we go there. If you go from the top of the head to the base, it's 6. And then if you were to go all the way down, you are looking at just under 4. And then when you start to break that up, you know that the depth of the body at this point here has got to be just over 2. And then it's leading down to at least 2½ here. And the size of the legs, 1½. And I would say it's a little bit trickier at the back, but again at least 1½ slightly over. And then you can measure how long the tail needs to be, 2¼ and also this is a really good measurement, the length of the head, so that's 1½. I then know when I'm going to put my armature on the inside, I do my armature along here so that I can build it up a little bit at the top and a lot more underneath. And I know that when I'm doing the legs on my armature, so I will start my armature back legs here, give them a slight bend. I do not follow all these the skeleton shapes. I find it much easier not to, and just to add sort of the bones and the shoulder blade on afterwards. So I will do a straight bit along there, and then this will go down, so it's about ½ inch from the top. So I know that my leg has got to go down at least 3 inches on the armature when I'm doing it, and it will go all the way along. I don't like to go too far, so it's probably going to be, yeah, you could do the armature 6, and then I would do a little bit of the head as 1, but also to note where you're going to do the front leg. So your back leg is going to be coming down here with a slight bend in it, but you need to stop at about 3½ inches to do your front leg on your armature. So I would do a back leg, go along the back 3½. So you'd go down, what were we going down? 3. Go along 3½, go down 3, back up, do the other leg back up, go and do this head bit. And you could literally work this out as well. So your armature need to be another 2 inches there. And then I'd do 1 there and then come back and just wrap it along the back. So that's how I would work out the proportions of a Highland cow. It's not too difficult. If you want to do a Highland cow double the size, you literally double the measurements, and that's what I've done. So you know that the wire armature in the inside is going to be 6, so you double it to 12. That's to make your life easier. If you want it to be a ½ size bigger, then you would just be 6 add ½ of 6 is 3, so then that would be 9, and that was how you would work it all out. It's really great if you can print it out to the exact size, and then you can marry it up as you're going along. Much easier. Exactly the same for a sheep. So inside wire armature, I'd probably go 4, and I'm going to do it along here, build it up. And then this one has got a bit more of a leg curve, so I'd take it down to at least 3½ so I could get a better hock joint. And then this would be, take it down to 3½ and you can shorten it. And again, you've got your head at least 1 inside the head, but you know, as you're building up the frame, you can literally measure it and go, right, it should be 5 inches in length. It should be 4, at least, I'd say 3¾ high. The leg from underneath the body has to go down 1½ and 1½ here again, and then it's going to look in proportion, and the head maximum length is 1¼ And you can also just go for the width of the nose. That's half, so you know the nose is a lot narrower. So you can take an awful lot. You can't take sideways measurements, are harder. That's the only thing, especially with pictures. It also is the same for a horse, but a horse has got a lot of very unique characteristics. Horses are really quite tricky. So I'll show you this. If you had a picture of the horse that you wanted to do, the breed type or whatever, print that out. But this drawing has proven to be excellent for horses. It's really great. It's all to do with proportion sizing. So the red here, that's one head length, and it fits in here. So you know when you're doing your horse that the neck should be one head length and the same width as the shoulder. It is really good, this drawing, and the same width here, so it goes up to the point of the hindquarters, the same width to the tail, and down to the hock, and down to the legs. So that head is fantastic, that measurement. It fits in there, so as you're going along you can measure everything and put it in. And also the body width here is a head and an eighth, so you want it to be just over the length of the head there. And then the shoulder, this one here, is 1 1/4 heads. I normally find in a lot of horses this measurement and this measurement are fairly similar. So this, they're saying, is 1 1/2 head, that's 1 1/4 head. So the legs are going to be slightly longer than this part of the body. And this here, that's really, really good as well. That is 4 head lengths. So this is for this kind of breed type of horse. If you were doing a Shetland pony, it might be slightly different, but I definitely love just taking the measurement of your head and fitting it in all the way along. It's really, really good. So if I said if you can't print something out, what's really useful is to just get a little model. And this is a Schleck horse that my daughter has, and it's really great because it's got all the muscle definition, and you can have a good look at it and you can do all the measurements. So the head fits in there, 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 and then do it on this side, down the hindquarters and then down. So it's really useful. So try and find a model of something that you're doing. I've got some soft toys. My daughter's got this otter and it's really lovely. So I will just literally copy the size of the soft toy otter. So yeah, this really, really helps. And the thing with the models is you get to see the width as well and the shape of everything from above, which is so important when you're trying to sort of size something correctly. And with horses, with the wire armature, I like to put it quite centrally. I go through the middle, and then I do leave a bit more excess on the legs to get the bends at the hock joint and the fetlock joint, and then you can leave the wires coming at the bottom and trim them. So I do like to do a little bit more wire inside for the horses. I don't do the nose too long because it's really annoying when the wire's too long in the nose, but yeah, very easy, very simple way to make sure you get your proportions correct. I hope that has helped. Any questions, put them in the comments below, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.